today my topic is how to effectively market the listings. All right, today the presentation covered a few sessions. So first of all, I think identify the current real estate market, and then key factors that drive real estate market, then followed by marketing strategy and points to consider. I think this one will make up about an hour. So if I still got chance, I will bring in more rare cases to share with you all. So today I'm more on the storytelling to you all, so that hopefully you have a cup of coffee at 3 o'clock and then enjoy this session. Okay, first of all, I want to do some survey and check up with you. So we have residential market, commercial market, and the industrial sector. Can you give me some feedback? What is the market situation now, like buyer or seller market for residential? But let me ask you the first question is, what do you think the residential market right now? Is it a buyer market? If you think it's a buyer market, please press number 1 in the chat box. Okay. I can't see the.
No worries. Everybody is typing in number 1, Adrian.
Okay, good. We have on my side here. I can see a code here. Okay.
No problem. I'll read.
So okay, who is thinking is a seller market for residential? Please click number 2. Right? And then how about commercial property? Everybody think of a buyer's market for commercial property. Please type 3. Okay.
Majority is typing number 3.
3, yeah. Okay. Who is thinking of the commercial property now? Is a seller market. Type number 4.
There's only 2 number 4s.
Okay. All right. Come to the industrial market. Is industrial market at the buyer market? Please type number 5. Come on, I think it's not many participate. Come. Okay, how about industrial? Is it a seller market? Please type number 6.
Well, industrial got quite a mix, Industrial got quite a mixed opinion.
Yes. So you see, certain market, okay, people think it's a buyer market. Some certain industry sectors you think it's a seller market. So with the statistics just now you see, I think with the number 6 is more than any other numbers, right? Industry market probably now is still is a seller market. All right. Okay, let's move on. All right. Okay, come to the key factor that affect the real estate market. A lot of people say that okay, it's a geographical situation is making the market. Yes, it's true. The age, the income of the people, the migration pattern, population growth actually is affected the demographic of the people. Okay, today we will not go very deep in of all these 4 sectors because normally if you want to share this demographic, interest rate, economy, government policy, it can take me 1 hour to go very deeply. But I think some of the sector is already presented by some of the guru, like our business partners. So today we roughly go through to remind and or refresh your memory because we have been doing this training for 3 p.m. training for 18 days already. I will believe some people treat it as a learning and apply it to your work. Some people still haven't have anything. Every day they learn something, then after 4 o'clock they strip everything into their school bag, do nothing. So I hope now we still got another maybe 12 days to 10 days to the FMCO or little SFMCO. So try to make this a chance for you to learn something that apply it to your work. So we about demographic of the population is actually affected, especially during this situation now. After the COVID-19, what is the demand in the future for residential market, for commercial market? Let's say since there's a lot of agents today, maybe we touch a bit on the residential market because maybe easier to relate to your work. For example, especially now after COVID, you see when previously people prefer condo living, community living. Now because of COVID, people want to move to the landed houses. Then they are able, they say they are work from home, they are able to move to the further area. What is the demand for the future? And then previously people like to have a gym room or common gym room, common swimming pool. So moving forward after this COVID, people still go back to the common swimming pool or common gym room? If no, what will be the next kind of the new living for the developer to design such a houses? So for me, I foresee what are the demand of the property will be, for example, a 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom, because people prefer more space for their maybe personal gym room or their own studio. And come to the landed property, especially I see over 20 years of property, and I see baby boomer during 1954 to 1980s. So because of baby boomer, most of the household got easily 4 to 6%. So they need a bungalow houses. So moving forward, then the houses are getting bigger. So now after this situation, the 2021, a lot of young people prefer their own house, or some people prefer the to stay by their own. So maybe the smaller houses will be in the requirement. But having said that, even though how small the house is, that we must have a think of the community. Like especially Mr. Kai yesterday shared the Metropolis project is one of the best kind of living in the city, because the size is okay, reasonable, 700 square feet, 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, right? And then there's such a nice amenity. And then if the single person, they say they still can prepare another room for the Zoom meeting, or even the turn to the room to the studio. All kind of this maybe will affect the future. Then the interest rate, with the interest rate so low, especially in Malaysia, 3% so low, it will encourage people who commit to the more house to purchase a house to stay rather than rent. And then the economy, okay, like this situation, like yesterday, I don't know if you follow the Dow Jones market. Yesterday, because of economy now getting better, now US is recovering now from last year, very badly hit, to this year. The market is so vibrant and a lot of money flow in the market. Now the government thinking of increase the interest rate. So when they say there's a possibility to increase the interest rate, Dow Jones down 500 points, about 1.5%, you see. So they are very sensitive to all this interest rate. Let's say if interest rate increase in US, there's a possibility next year the interest will be increased in Malaysia, follow through, maybe back to 3.8 or 4%. We don't know, but it will come through when the economy recover. And then the government policy, a lot of government policy, all this affected the property, especially now HOC, and then the free stamp duty, wait for RBGT for the residential market. We know that all this actually is a incentive and plus point to kickstart the market. But to me, I might go through all these key points at the end of the day. To me, is the confidence. The confidence is very, very important, regardless of how low the interest rate, the GDP 4% to 5%, or how good the incentive is. At the end of the day, the confidence make the buyer to decide whether they want to purchase a property. So we are at the front of person to meet the buyer and the tenant. So confidence is very important. So I would want to share one of my story, then how to use a confidence to close the deal. And over the years, especially 2 days or 3 days ago, somebody actually is sharing when they are seeing a property through the agent. All right, then the wife asked the agent, should I buy this property or not? So as an agent, if you are not confident or you don't have done your research deeply about the listing, so it's very, very difficult to closing the deal. Okay, okay, let's say we come into the marketing strategy. First, we have to identify what is the client, who are we targeted to. Let me share you one of my story. This story, which has happened the recently one, I take one of my sales story to share with you this afternoon. If we have time, we're going to share another story for the rental of about rent and purchase of a 5 floors of the office space. I'm taking this one of the industrial deals since industrial is so popular now, especially from the data. It's a seller market. So industrial is not the buyer market. If you try to squeeze or try to give a value offer, end up you may not get the property. So the one of my story, this one is I actually one of the marketing agents for the Eco World in Puncak Alam. So I think 4 days ago when Mr. Adrian also sharing one of the key growth area about industrial sectors, industrial segment will be the southwest of the Klang Valley. Where is the southwest of the Klang Valley? This is an Eco project that today I'm trying to share with you. How am I closing this deal on the last year, July, which is market just lift because the MCO one market just lift up, and then the developer approach us whether see whether interested to market this project. So I go in and do the survey. I take up this project to market. So this project, why I'm taking over partly of the West Coast Expressway, especially the day somebody mentioned, right? Because of the new highway from Klang all the way to Taiping. All right, this buyer actually is one of the referral from a developer. His friend actually from Penang. He asking the boss and try to look for a real estate agents. So the boss recommended me to handle his friend. But frankly speaking, as you know that I as a principal, we are not always in the market. All right, I actually spend most of our time at the back end to do a lot of management. But on and off, if a client still refer business to us, we have to come out and serve them. But during this time, I take up this one of the key thing, partly because I want to boost the confidence to my agent to tell them that this area can sell, and this I foresee this is a growth area. So I personally become the first person to step into this project and do the analysis, to do all the study about this project. So the story is like this. This client, Mr. Kui from Penang, actually they have a business in Penang and in USJ now. They are doing the cold storage. He's one of the biggest vegetable and the fruit storage logistic company. So most of the fruit from overseas, from South Africa, from China, they ship through Westport and Penang Port. If those supply to KL and the southern area that come to Westport, then they have to store into the cold storage in USJ. The inquiry come in, the first requirement is to ask me, Adrian, can you find me about 5 acres land in Puchong? All right, in Puchong. So this buyer from Penang, and then he owned a piece of land in the USJ one, been using for 20 over years. He doesn't know market very well, but on and off, he heard, property price for industry is so expensive in USJ now, especially about USJ 12, right? It's about how much? 150 ringgit to 200 ringgit per square foot. So when he asked me, he said, "Are you looking for Puchong or USJ? Try to look around for me." But when I asked him what is the price, what is the money that he wanted to spend, or what kind of budget, if sometimes you talk to the rich people, you don't say budget. You tell what is your budget, boss. It sounds very unprofessional. So normally ask basically how much you think you want to spend this for your new factory. Sounds more professional. Sounds like we are a bit atas agent as a consultant to analyze the whole situation for him. So he said, no problem, money to him, no problem, because he just want to swap the property from now currently having 3 acres to swap to 5 acres. Even though 100 over ringgit, it doesn't cost him a lot to top up, right? But the problem is, it's not a buyer market, especially Puchong, USJ. It's a seller market. So I prepared a whole list of the property, about 15 property around Puchong, USJ. Even I also put in the property somewhere in the Telok Panima Garang, because very near to Westport. I thought Telok Panima Garang also maybe one of a good area for him to. Telok Panima Garang is near somewhere, near the Westport here. So and then I propose Kotak Bukit Kemuning, and then all this near to the highway to him. But he went through the whole area, even though reached Bukit Jurutong, he doesn't really show me the interest, right? So I think, what happened? Because all these property are the sub-sale market, have been sold to somebody, now they want to resell, even though the empty land, asking from 80 ringgit to 150 ringgit. Even though out of 15 property, he only show one very little interest to see the land at the somewhere in Bukit Jurutong and Almina. So when I show them, he said, 180, 150, even though he counter offer 100 ringgit, the seller doesn't want to sell in this situation, even though last year, July market is quite bad. So seller doesn't want to sell because he's so, the demand for the real estate industry is so popular. So finally, I sit down and I think, how am I going to close this deal? And Mr. Kui is not only following me as one of the agent, he still have other agents has been approach him to give him continue giving the proposal. So okay, and come to this West Coast Highway. One day I think of West Coast Highway. What's so popular about West Coast Highway? You see, he is from Penang. Okay, he travel every week to KL, either fly or drive down. If let's say this West Coast Highway completed, it will save about 1 hour from him for him to travel from Penang to KL to Puncak Arang. What is the reason? Because West Coast Highway, the distance is shorter. Because West Coast Highway is from the Kappa here all the way to Taiping, so crossed by Lumut and Taiping along the causeway. Where existing NKVE, we have to turn on to the Rawang, to Tanjung Malim, Ipoh, turn down to join back to Taiping. So we have done the road survey, everything, to go to the WCE website to check. Eventually, we can save him 1 hour for him to travel from Penang to this one. So this one, I actually attract his interest. So he booked me give me the time, and then he said, okay, I want to come over to have a look. Okay, before I have this appointment with him that day, I actually come out with the unique selling point of the project. So I get my team to quickly come out with the marketing proposal. So being a successful agent and you want to close deal easy, good presentation proposal is very important. This is one of the print screen of my proposal, which is 6 pages, but my total proposal is about 17 pages. All right. So from the proposal, I bring into you see the second page is excellent connectivity. As a real estate in the industry market, at this moment, everybody is talking about connectivity. I think Mr. Adrian that they mentioned, highway is very important. So we also using this infrastructure to sell this area because of WCE and the Lata Highway to attract him. So I come up with all this, the detailed proposal. And in the proposal, I also mentioned how many kilometers to the Westport and to the Northport. In case logistic-wise, he doesn't have to spend so much money for the logistic. As we know, petrol prices keep increasing, labor is not cheap as well. All right, and then surrounding amenities. For the fruit supplier, the amenities is very important, whether he can get workers or not, whether it's near to all these amenities. We also include all these amenities surrounding enterprise. Okay, you know Penang, Penang people have one very special characteristic people. If you know Penang people, or maybe you're from Penang, do you know Penang people have one of the very special character? If you know, please type in in the chat box what character they are. What kind of character they are. Have very unique. Those actually you are dealing with a lot of beginning investor, beginning buyer, or beginning tenant. Wow, okay, things are coming in. Got kiam siap. Okay, kiam siap. Calculative. What else?
A lot.
A lot. Okay, good, trusted. Okay, but summary is no. This is actually kiam siap, or in the point of agent is very difficult to do their business. But in their point of view, kiam siap is very good. Thrifty. Who type thrifty? Raja. You see, thrifty because being an island people, right? Like Singaporean, Penang people, all these island people, they have a very special character. All right. If I got a chance to share the DISC to you, another session, I like to analyze human. I like to analyze people. All right. So just touch a bit. Penang people have a very thrifty character. So every single cent they count. So we know that. So after knowing that deep in, I would not propose any more secondary sales to him already because they always say, especially Penang people, right? They don't like to buy sub-sale market. I don't know. That's why you can see in condominium in Penang, right? The sub-sale market is so cheap, but the developer launch is about 1,000, 2,000 ringgit per square foot, but the sub-sale is only maybe 600, 700 ringgit per square foot. You can see the difference because they don't want to let buy secondary. He doesn't know. He doesn't want that people already make the profit out of the property. So I 100% want to focus this developer project to him, to sell to him. Even though he don't buy this Puncak Alam, I'm going to propose another project like Westport and other LBS, others developer to him because easier. I know that he already so comfortable. Oh, this one is a first-hand primary. Nobody make the money from me. It's a developer. All right. So from here, okay, we move on. So unique proposal is very important. So again, we are professional. We are a consultant. Don't treat yourself as a messenger. Like Mr. Kai said, we are not messenger. We don't want whatever the agent, the developer give you to you, we are digesting, we are go and spend some time to make it nice, straight away post it to the buyer. All right. Then perhaps the leader to look into this to help your agents to come up with a good proposal and nice proposal and very thorough. So that's why it comes back to 17 pages or 20 pages. All right, another one more thing is a SWOT analysis. Okay, I am the master of SWOT analysis, and I like just how I mentioned, I like to analyze people. All right, even though I apply SWOT analysis to myself personally, I apply a SWOT analysis on everybody. Reason because a SWOT analysis is so easy. Once you know these four simple things, technically you know what kind of character they are. And then if I apply SWOT analysis on this project, Puncak Alam, I know how to tackle what is the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Whatever question come in, I can tackle. For example, this is just one of the example that I go through. I hope that you can use this kind of sample, but apply it onto the sub-sale market or to your client, to your developer, right? For this one, the strength, what is the strength of this Puncak Alam Eco project? Like strength, all right, is the northwest of Shah Alam and Petaling Jaya. Under the strength, we say how to come to this, what are the things to put under strength is, or what cannot be changed one, right? Like myself, I cannot from man to woman, right? So my strength, I'm the man, all right? Okay, my strength, what do I have? All these are inner things that nobody can change. So it's a fact that northwest of Shah Alam is also a fact. You cannot move Puncak Alam to the east side, right? You cannot move, it cannot be moved. Okay, this is a fact. It's located over here. And then it's a ground, the surrounding of the area of the Puncak Alam is basically a flat land and a little bit of terrain, a little bit of mountain. So to be very, very comfortable, you don't have to go, especially come to logistics. They doesn't want to have on top of the mountain because the truck will be, maintenance of the truck is very troublesome, and then it's not so easy to build factory, not like You want to build a house. Let's say you want to build houses, yeah, mountain is good, like Bangsa, Damansara High, a little bit of hill will be good. But you come to this industrial area, flat land is preferably. All right, then the ground. All right, if you are very into industrial market in the Klang Valley, you know our ground is not even, not the same one. Just like my heart and or my thinking and your thinking is different one. Okay, all these are inside our body already. So same as the surrounding, like the ground in Westport is very soft. The ground soil in the Puncak Alam basically is considered hard and solid ground. So it's very suitable for the heavy industry or medium industry. All right, and the strength is EcoWorld project. Everybody today know EcoWorld, right? He's a big developer. Reliability is there. The infrastructure that he spent is no doubt is a tip-top condition. From the Puncak Alam, such a kampong area, he can transform almost 2,000 acres into the flagship development. So this is also the EcoWorld strength. So because we are selling this project, we are right on the strength. Then beside EcoWorld, they also have a few big developers like EcoWorld, LBS, Metro Gajang, and LYL Logistic Hub. All these are the strength of the area, or it's already confirmed there. What is the weakness? The weakness is leasehold 99 years. All right, and then it's a premature infrastructure and the township, because this township is only about 3 years old, so it's very premature. If you want to go and having a big shopping center, big established at USJ, Puchong, sorry, this is not the area. And then now it's still lack of a worker dormitory. So if you want to sell this, you know these are the weakness. Want to do sell to your client. When they ask this question, you know how to answer, how to overcome this weakness. And then the opportunity is a man-made things that can enhance the value of the surrounding, like West Coast Highway. Previously, there's no highway, but government say, okay, impose this West Coast Highway from Tapa to Taipei. Okay, this is an infra. Lata Highway also man-made. NKVE also man-made. And then the developer incentive package. Now you buy, I give you how many ringgit? 5 ringgit of a rebate, a discount. All these are opportunity. And then shortage of good industrial park in the Selangor. Now because of the seller market, everybody now rushing to industrial property. So now it's very shortage. So we have to move up to the northwest of the Klang Valley, and then the low interest of 3.4%. So consider the lowest in the history now. So people encourage them to buy property. So this is also our opportunity. And then beside that, the SME loan. Now you buy a property with the SME package. They can actually finance up to almost 110% of the working capital. All this incentive giving. What is a threat? A threat can be COVID-19 because of last year, the pandemic, still very unstable politics and government efficiency. All these are threat, but we cannot change, right? This is a third party man-made to track us, all right? Or the economy are not good. All these are it's a threat to us. The other developer also launching an industrial project. Those are also a threat. Maybe they're selling cheaper price. Later I'll share with you how actually overcome all these threat. And then lack of skilled worker, because the township is very new. You want to look for very skilled workers, you need to import from there, import from Kepong, import from Puchong, import from and other country to go to the Puncak Alam. All these are the threat, but how to overcome it? And then after SWOT analysis, we also do price comparison. Okay, the price comparison, frankly speaking, I think most of the people who do residential, it's so easy to get data. Basically, you key in one Ara Damansara area, you can come up, wow, last year 10 to 20 property transacted. Easy to find. When it comes to industrial, you see, I search this data, right? Hardly find any land for sale. Hardly find, because most of the land transacted previously from the past 10 years, right? People go to Puncak Alam, buy a plot of land from the individual, from the agriculture, then go through 2 years conversion to become a industrial land. So it's a long process. There is no township planning like EcoWorld when they come in to launch 600 acres of the industrial park. Nothing. So when I search There is no comparison, nothing. So we have to go through a bigger area, take up, consider Shah Alam, Bukit Jelutong, Almina, all this area to come up with the pricing that whether it's workable or not. Okay, these are the one of the conversation, all these things, like just how to do a comparison. Luckily, I did a comparison so that I'm very knowledgeable about when they come to this question, especially Mr. Kui, after seeing the location already first round, 1 week later, he said some agents from the Muda.com sharing to him. He said, freehold land along the main road selling for 44 ringgit only. Right? You see this one, page 1, 44 ringgit. Yes, no doubt you need convert. Anyway, it's just a reference. Say, okay, I'll send my Dato, this friends to send to me. So the first message to him is, yes, this is the normal price, because why? I know his character. He's being one of the CEO and the managing director of this company, or having do big warehouse, almost a couple of hundred of people under him. And in the DISC, already identified he is one of the very strong character person. So strong character person, dominant person, that means what he say, nobody can dare to challenge him. This kind of character of person, when you started to communicate with them, you have to agree with him. So I come up with this. Yes, there is a normal price. You know when you come along, there is a dominant person. You cannot say, sorry, Mr. Kui, this is wrong. I want to challenge. No, you cannot challenge the person. So you have to agree with him. Yes, this is the normal price. 45 ringgit was an attractive price. When the EcoWorld announced in the newspaper last year that they are going to sell from 100 ringgit to 120 ringgit. When EcoWorld wanted to launch this project, 100 to 120 ringgit, suddenly the price of the agricultural lands increased to from 20 ringgit increased to 40 over ringgit. It's already 100% increase. So that's why I agree with him first. Yes. But now developer reduce the price back to 80 ringgit. When it comes to 80 ringgit, do you still want to go through the hassle like here? If you want to buy the agriculture land, you have to go through the conversion fee, the time of 1 to 2 years, and then you have to apply the power from TMB. You have to know where is a substation. If a substation is 5-10 kilometers away from your land, I tell you, you're going to pay a lot of money to dig the hole, lay the cable to your factory. Then the water supply, is there a water supply? There's some already saying that government is so inefficient. You want to apply all these things, then 5, okay, road access from those direction. Where can you get the kind of road direction? Because I know the area. One thing, my strength, you see my eye very big. So I go everywhere. I don't know, this is my strength. Every time I go anywhere, I got some image captured in my mind. So when I travel first time to Jalan Cahaya, I go through, I realize how come this stretch from Bukit Jelutong to the Puncak Alam, in between all these divider are blocking the road. You cannot turn to right or the other opposite direction, turn to the left immediately to your land. You have to go to make a big U-turn. So straight away I say, okay, yes, this piece of land along to the main road, but the problem is the other direction, you have to come into to the line, you have to make the big U-turn. That's why I say you need to make a big U-turn to turn to the land if you want to buy this 44 acres land. So this is the question I give it to him. Then come to number 6. So for industrial developer, right? So okay, Sam Dabi, Gamuda, SP Setia, all these are having a good appreciation. I say, maybe the corporate still prefer industrial park than the individual lot like Terogong and Bukit Kemuning. So you have seen Bukit Kemuning land and freehold even 90 ringgit, Shah Alam properly sold. Also like near Toyota, Proton are selling 160, 200 ringgit. They are only our opinion for your reference. You see, give a very in-depth of the comparison to compare, turn around the 44 ringgit into, not my competitor anymore. So he said, thank you. You see, if a client can say thank you, thanks for your insight and the views, right? Okay, move on. This is only some of the conversation with him to let him feel the interest. Wow, now this is a big thing now. He come to me, say, okay, now I want to buy the land already. He say, okay, I don't trust agent. Agent always say this piece of land are good. Yes, whatever surface is good. But as you know, no Penang people, just now you see, very kiasi, he also don't know what is a ground, what is the underground. Because he say certain agents say Kota Kemuning is very good area, but when some of the friend bought the Kota Kemuning area, when you do the piling, you have to take 30 feet to reach a set pile of solid ground, you see. West spot about 40 meters. So as an engineer, lucky enough that I always quite kepo lah, read some report, talk to some of the very experienced agent or contractor. Hey, how much is a piling? How to set per square foot? How much you are going to pay? All this maybe kepo lah, huh? So I get to know what is a soil test report, how the soil test report. So I straight away call the developer. Can you quickly send a soil test report to me? The purchaser shown interest, wanted to buy this piece of land, especially that he interested in the intermediate lot like this 4 acres. So this is a 4 acres land. Eventually he want to buy over the next door. Now we're negotiating. Okay, he already done. So we sent over this kind of the green color soil test report to him, right? Overnight, within 24 hours, okay, we do give a general soil test report to him. So he go through a report, he called the consultant to double check when actually he done this report. All this data here over here, he talked to developer. Yes, data is correct. It's about 16 meters deep. So consider quite good, 16 meter deep. Come to the set. So over here, I also not only the real estate agents, I say we are not messengers. People who go through buying property from us actually quite peaceful. In terms of looking for price comparison, do SWOT analysis, and then also helping him to do soil test. Now I have to look into how to build the factory to him. Like I suggest, Mr. Kui, you want to save money. I think this is a spun pile is suitable for your foundation. If you're so worried, using the square pile, all this is not strong enough, and this is your own property. Why not spend a little bit good product, so that this factory can last easily 50 years. All right. So I propose this kind of foundation to him. So I say, Mr. Kui, in the conversation, okay, set around 18 meters, west spot set around 40 meters. Different or 12 meters, cost how much? One spun pile like this, it costs few thousand ringgit to few 5,000-6,000 ringgit. So imagine one factory you have to put how so many spun pile. So in fact, I also share to him about the spun pile supplier. Then he say, oh, use this kind of pile. Then he say, okay, thank you, very happy. And then I always say, okay, if you go for ICP pile owned by Hong Leong Group. So quality-wise, good, everything, right? These are the survey. I do it much more in depth so that I can keep the relationship for him, because until now he still haven't paid any money. So if I don't follow up, maybe one day he will buy from other agents, right? So these are the follow-up things I give it to him. So from there, after that, a lot of follow-up. Okay, then just as I mentioned, I do the survey, all this, and then every week, because he's only come once a week, every week follow so that he can fly down to make a payment. So one day he said, okay, Dato, we are flying down on Tuesday morning and we can go to see the place. After that, okay, double confirm and sign the pay the booking form lah. So after booking form done, S&P done, then after that, the last one is ask for the testimonial. Why? Because it's very important. Later on, I will share to you why it's so important to ask for the testimonial. So after the thing done, he's happy. Good morning, Adrian. Yes, all is done. Thank you. Thank you. Then, okay, I sent him the form. It's okay. Can you give me the testimonial? Then he key in the thing and then send over. So at least I can use this part of the tools to help me to get another referral. So I can say the whole process, technically, a good proposal, nice photo provided from developer, then myself also go to the site, take some video, and then show to him. Even though I also start to drive my car, put on the video from Puncak Alam, and then drive to Bukit Jelutong, how long it take, go through how many interchange, because we know there is one dash highway is also crossing from Taman Tun all the way to Kota Damansara to Puncak Alam, right? So we also using the dash highway to upside my proposal. So I drive to see the site so that he understand. Then I also asked him to personally try from Puncak Alam go to the Sendayan wholesale market. How actually how much time he had to spend. So he personally also, not based on my report, okay, based on my report, and he double confirm exactly the same. So never treat your buyer as a fool. Nowadays, buyers are very smart. They can either use ways to check anything to check to make sure the proposal that you come in is real one, is not agak pick from the sky one. So all this data we put in, he already go through and then try the traffic to the Sendayan wholesale market. Is true enough, 25 minutes. So this is the whole thing that I shift his mind. Instead of looking Puchong property and the USA property, come to Puncak Alam. It's a totally new area, but I solved his logistic problem to the Westport, which is not far away, and then solved his problem to the Sendayan market, and all his clients' places is still quite strategized. So these are the thing, and then like virtual nowadays. If you want to, let's say next week, if you have any clients wanted to interested of this project, okay, yeah, I can ask me to do a whole virtual tour for your clients. We can arrange immediately because of all this technology. Like yesterday, Kai also doing a very good virtual for the condo. I like it. And then if want to all these things, maybe we go through another session. You want to go into that, how to do a good signage to sell the land, how to do an open house. Or a lot of people say, oh, Adrian, open house only can do at the landed property. Okay, open house is just a concept. You can do it anywhere. You can do the open house on the land. Okay, you can do an open house at the durian farm. As long as now durian season is coming, right? You can do an open house at the Raoul durian farm. I tell you, a lot of people will drive all the way to the Raoul to visit your open house in the durian farm. Isn't it a very attractive concept experience? Because open house is let the buyer to go experience the whole thing, the whole environment before stay in. It's different because open house also can create the urgency for the buyer to make decision. So you can do the open house at the land. One day after the FMCO, maybe I open house on the land itself because the road is already done, everything is done. Maybe I just need the boot camp to maybe host an open house 2 days. All these are okay one, as long as it's not against the law, not against anybody, not affected third party. By all means, you can do it. Try to think out of the box, be brave, be confident to do what you're doing, and then don't worry about fail. Fail come out again. What is so difficult? You just one open house just lose 48 hours. Now one MCO we lose how many hours? We already losing almost 18 days sitting at home do nothing, right? So what is the point of losing another 2 days? Do an open house. One, if let's say the timing is right, timing is good, you close a deal, 280,000 commission is yours. So this is my point of view, and then referral. So on this statistic, I want to share to you. Until today, I think over the 18 days, our guru have shared so many things, got sharing to you all kind of marketing, then technology, all these things. I don't know whether you apply or not. I hope everyone listen already must apply lah. Don't listen already, and after that do nothing. Then tomorrow 3 p.m. come back again. We are just like normal comedian speaker lah, huh? So I hope not. I hope our agents and our business partner all can learn and take this kind of this time to learn and motivate yourself, like what Kai say, motivate yourself and then do something about it, don't waste it. So from this zero group actually in US statistic, I think it's applicable to Malaysian market. Like this deal actually, fairly speaking, from the friends, is a referral is still holding 27% of the closing, because through referral, the trust is there. The only thing is maybe my friend also recommend 2 or 3 agents. Common lah, huh? When the friend from Penang asks you, the KL developer, do you have agents, good agents in KL to recommend property to me? I'm sure his friend also recommend 2 or 3 lah. But at the end of the day, who close the deal? That one is a winner. From referral, at least is only compete with 2 or 3 person only. So the trust is that easier to communicate with them. And followed by the real estate website. Now so many, and then over the years also, Property Guru also come and share his website is coming in. And then co-agency with experienced agents also very important, especially like me, Adrian, Kai, we are very experienced, we are on the ground. Let's say today you want to co-agency industrial rent to me, I'm confident say that what you want, I can provide to you. From top to bottom, 包商仔, that means sure deliver baby one. All right, so these are the thing. All right, and then after that, the rest are search engine, all these are maybe because this survey actually is from 2019, but now because of pandemic, I will see search engine and the website probably from previously 7% increase to maybe 10, 15%. All right, so these are the statistics that you know. So which one you want to pick up? Referral. So now, especially in our platform, we already created a digital name card to all our agents. So every time when I free, I ask agent, send your digital name card to your database, to your clients. It's full of listing inside the name card. Right? So this is today I'm almost to the end. Then purpose of selling all these, just like I mentioned before, just recap a bit. When every listing want to sell, definitely there's a reason. Must be have a reason want to sell. For this example, I use developer of one of my sharing today. So purpose of selling, he must sell because they are the creator. They create the land, they create the property. Sure for agents to sell, sure to let somebody to buy. As a sub-sale, what is the reason for sale? Upgrade or whatever. Okay, maybe get another better feng shui house. This one want to sell or something like that. And then whether the pricing is correct or not. Don't buta go and do all the free job lah. Now market, especially the residential is the buyer market. Whatever overpriced one, put aside or tell or print, do a good proposal, tell the owner and show the owner, you see the transaction price has dropped. Because let's say they want to sell faster, they have to reduce the selling price or help them to do house key. Yesterday, somebody shared house key, package their property into the house key to sell to them. All these are skill. All this can be done one. All right, negotiation. Looking for the good agents is very important. So after this session, I want every one of you to do the same thing, duplicate it, and then confidently share to your client that I can do the negotiation better than any other agent. So I'm confidently to end this seminar sharing session with you. So bad time is running out. I don't have the time to share you. Very interesting. Let's say I'm giving a chance to share with you all. Maybe this one also interesting. Just hint a bit. One of the airline boss, worldwide airline boss, own all the ship company, airplane company. So one day, when he come to buy a property, he sit into my car. So this kind of Willfire very lucky one, multi-billionaire sitting into my car, and then we close the deal. So next time he's got chance, I share with you again for this. Thank you very much. Back to Kai. So you have any question? Please feel free to ask some of the questions that I try this another 10-15 minutes to serve you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dato Adrian. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we'll leave 1 or 2 minutes. If you have any questions at all, please do list it down. Thank you very much. For those of you who have questions, please do list it down here. I see one very interesting sharing from Julie, saying all the Penang people are Jewish of the Orient. I find that quite funny. Thumbs up, Julie. Can see you over there.
So it means they are very smart, actually.
Yeah.
True.
All right, so not much questions here. If anybody actually have any question, of course, Dato Adrian has already left his contact number over there and also his email. Please do take it down. And now that he's still here, if you do have any questions, please do list it down. Take opportunity of this time.
Yes, yes. Come on, agent has to be sporting and try to fit in every environment. Now, frankly speaking, if I got a chance, Kai, maybe one day I want to share the DISC to all the audience again. Knowing yourself is very important. Chinese, we have one from Three Kingdom, Sun Tzu Bing Fa. Very important word. I carry this word from my mentor so many years. The meaning is 知己知彼，百战百胜 So 知己知彼，百战百胜 meaning that in the English way, if you want to win the war, you have to know what is your strength and what is the SWOT about yourself and what is the SWOT about your competitor and your enemies. So from there, easier to overcome it. We don't say attack. In the real estate agents, everybody is a friendly party. Everybody in this profession is very lucky. We are very lucky in this industry to enjoy 15 years of the property boom. Until today, property is still in good demand. Everybody still need houses. A lot of agents make millions of ringgit from nothing to somebody. I myself is also one of the example. But you ask me, am I smarter to anybody? No. Am I study a better university, better school than anybody? No. Right? Only thing myself, I will say my strength. I very easy to accommodate into a situation. Very chin chai in the sense that to somebody chin chai is a weakness. To myself, chin chai is one of my happy-go-lucky kind of strength. Right? Even though I lose a deal, somebody win me, I treat it as a learning curve. Life just go on, right? So these are the things fit into every situation. All right? Okay.
Yep. All right. So wonderful words of wisdom from Dato Adrian. Of course, my own takeaway from this is always try to upgrade yourself so that your clients can see you differently. Take a more macro aspect of understanding in your real estate game. Understand your strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. I think that was brilliant because you can do that for sub-sale. You can do that for project as well. Okay, Adrian, we got a question. Finally, okay, may I ask from Phoebe Tan, if I were to invest in a warehouse industrial property, where would you propose?
Okay. All right. Warehouse industry normally, today we also mentioned about warehouse industry minimum, the quite a good size is about 20,000 square feet and above. All right. Then the logistic is very important. You tell me, let's say you have the budget. The best warehouse investment is still Shah Alam because it's already very established. So when come to the warehouse, also go into deeper. Certain area is very suitable for cold room because due to the a lot of hypermarket, a lot of clients is already established. Cold room is one of the key driver for the warehouse because we are shortage now, especially you see delivery things coming in. People cook at home. People want to keep their vegetable fresh. Everything is talking about refrigerator, a cold room. So in KL now, we having a shortage of the cold room. But let's say you have a deeper market, deeper pocket. I would say that 100,000 is the best because not many players in the market. Once you do it, you dominate the whole market over there. And then one good thing is, let's say you have a 100,000 square feet, you buy a land, you construct already, doing the business already. Who will pay a good price to buy over? You have a ready potential buyer like Maple Tree, like Dongnam Logistics. You got assist rates. The moment you say you want to sell, they will offer you. Doesn't mean warehouse big is very hard to buy, very hard to get buyer. In fact, certain people like this kind of warehouse space. Like Alibaba, when they want to sell, easy to get buyer because they are ready. As long as you can generate the yield of 6 or 7% yield. So sometimes a smaller warehouse at 10,000 square feet, much more challenges because the buyer is a small timer. The big one won't go for the small one, right? The other one will be the Puncak Alam, because of all this West Coast highway coming in, and then land price is still cheap. Especially now, the cost of rental is very important. They want to try to keep the price low. Especially in Shah Alam, the rental now is about 2 ringgit to 2 ringgit 50 cents for the warehouse. Cold room about almost 3 ringgit. So you come to the Puncak Alam, and then cheap land cost cheaper. Construction cannot help. Construction is about 120 ringgit per square foot. The steel structure, all this, it doesn't do a lot of difference. Even though you go to Johor Bahru, you only look at the cheap land. The construction cost is still the same, the labor, the raw material. You play around with the one, and play around with the logistics. As long as you are not too far, within 7 kilometers away from the port, you are right. Another one good thing is Seremban. Seremban, NSTAC, Seremban 2 target high-end logistic company, like those are logistics for electronic product, a bit more quality product, because they have to use air flight to go to export their thing out. So electronic item, Nilai, Bangi, and the Seremban 2 will be very attractive. Especially Seremban now, the land is still very reasonable, about 55 ringgit per square foot. So still got a lot of good potential. With the highway completed, about 25 minutes, you can reach the cargo airport already. Okay, these are the questions. So okay, before I end my session, okay, today I have highlight a word for 3 or 4 times already. If you follow me, can you key in what the keyword for today that you learned? The keyword, one single word I've been using 3 or 4 times. I want to check, see if anybody. Yes, good, Desmond. Good, Eileen. Good. All these people, wow, should give them a round of applause. You are listening, Ming Ming. Wow. Yes, confident, right? Confident is a keyword.
Okay. Okay,
Thank you.
the last question, Adrian, there's a follow-up here from Phoebe Tan also. I think it's a big boss from Property Hub, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
So why is Shah Alam better than Kota Damansara and Westport?
Why is Shah Alam better than that? Okay, first of all, you know that Shah Alam is already very established area already since 1980, because of the Japanese company and then US company coming. If you study a bit of history of the whole portfolio of a Selangor Industrial Park, the first industrial park they launched is in PJ. Now you see PJ 13, PJ 19, and then the Motorola interchange. Now no more Motorola. The whole things now transformed to Icon, Marsiling Icon City. That is also a free zone for American company. They are coming here with free tax. Another area will be the Shah Alam section, or the section 5, all this, because when the Proton in the 1984, when they launched a Proton car at the time, Proton was established in Shah Alam. That's why pull in a lot of Japanese and Mitsubishi, Panasonic, all these big firms are coming into the Shah Alam. No doubt it's a leasehold. In Malaysia, I see the land, I think basically they come in is only 1 ringgit per square foot. Today is 200 over. Sometimes they make the value of the land is better than doing the business in Malaysia. Okay, then just now the question is asking why Kota Damansara is not good. Actually, Kota Damansara is good. Kota Damansara is only no land. There's no more land available for big factory. When they plan this Kota Damansara township as a residential, all right, they plan it with the site of Tropicana, living, they only come up with a small, very little semi of detached factory around the Tropicana Hospital, Thomson Hospital by Palamau. Just a small area. Then further up will be the Sungai Buloh. It's used to be all the furniture center, in Sungai Buloh over there. And today, all these land are very expensive. People buying land in Kota Damansara is for development purpose, residential or commercial purpose. So land cost is about 100 over to 250 ringgit. Let's say your land is sit on along the main road with the zoning of 3 over 4, plot ratio of 3 to 4. easily the land will cost you 400 over ringgit per square foot. But 300-400 ringgit per square foot, you ask me how much you want to spend for the factory, and then how much you can get, right? It's not viable anymore. One detached factory in the Kota Damansara, land but built up is about 7,000, 8,000, selling about 12 million ringgit. Ridiculous, almost 1,000 ringgit per square foot. So it is too expensive already. Then just now another place he mentioned about, is that Kota Damansara, Kota Kemuning, is it, Kai?
Westport.
Westport. Okay, Westport is another playing field. I like Westport very much. Because I was seconded to Westport to be an engineer past 20 over years ago, right? The time it's only one factory, which is cement factory, YTL cement factory was there. So I in charge of the piling for the project. So Westport over 20, 30, almost 30 years already. That's what you can see today. I think it's compared to China port, all this we are too slow already lah, huh? Okay, walk like a turtle like that. You know, such a good area, and then Westport is a 12th busiest port in the world. But you can see the surrounding not very convincing, but I believe that is the next move for China. Why I say so, right? When you know lah, One Belt One Road coming in, especially during the Najib time, One Belt One Road coming in, a lot of initiative in the Kuantan Port and the Westport that try to connect Kuantan Port and Westport, and then do the ECRL to connect these two ports. Why? The purpose of want to bypass Singapore and make it cheaper from the product from China, pass it to the Europe by all this means. So North Port, we know that is so established already. There's no more space for expansion. Westport, yes, up to today, it's only about maybe 50%, 30% occupied only. It still have plenty of rooms. All right. So for Westport, is asking price today is 70 over ringgit to 80 ringgit per square foot. You ask me expensive or not? Not very expensive, very speaking. Shah Alam is already about 200 over ringgit. But this Westport, you have to do a strategic selling. Not I would say not easy for normal estate agents to penetrate in. Reason because you need to know a lot of insight about the client needs. Let's say you want to put your factory in Westport. The first thing you have to settle their worker dormitory first. There is not enough residential houses. There's not enough flats. There's no common dormitory to let the workers to stay. This is the biggest challenge for Westport. So end up they have to go where? They have to go back to Taluk Panima Karang, go to Torogong to stay, a lot of traveling, especially to foreign workers, you have to prepare them a bus. These are the challenges. The first is already not so intrusive. And then the second thing, just now I mentioned about the soil. What you see is a flat land, but what is actually the problem is under the ground. So the piling itself, the construction costs are easily 15 to 20% higher than the normal construction cost. Right? So people spend 120 ringgit per square foot. You have to spend maybe 130, 140 ringgit per square foot. So there is such challenges for you to go deep in, but you can learn. But why China, they like it? Because the technology is fantastic. I saw one of the factory in Westport. They send all their workers raw material from China and build. It's still cheaper than get the contractor in local to build it. They have a technology. There's a speed of construction. 9 months, they can build a warehouse. So efficient. All this may be to offset the whatever under the ground, and then it's so near to the port. Am I answer? Okay.